Hi guys, so I'm gonna talk about an anime, a very vintage anime. Let me pull up the picture. Okay, actually it's not a that of a vintage anime, but the manga is because it started way back 1990s and the anime aired in 2014. It also has a live action in the same year, two-part live action, but I don't remember if I've watched it or not, but since this has been uploaded on Netflix, I decided to rewatch the anime, and I can say that it is one of the really good animes back in our generation. And so recently, it showed up on my For You, or should I say recommended anime, and so just rewatching it, brings back memories of the anime. It is a horror science fiction genre, and it's about a alien parasite that, well, actually it wasn't really explained in the anime that it came from outer space, but one night a pod, or dozens of pods landed on Earth, and then they hatched, and these little like worm-like creatures came out, or I think these were like little insect or worm-like creatures. And then they bore themselves into the skin, and their target is actually the brain of the humans. So they would um, take over the brains and thus control the head of the human body. So as you can see in this picture, they can transform into different looks or figures. However, this one parasite failed to do so, and instead of heading for the brain because our protagonist woke up, it instead linked into the hand of our protagonist. So his name is Shinichi, a very famous name back in the 90s. And so the story goes on him developing or knowing about the parasite and becoming friends with the parasite and even giving him a name. So he named him Migi because it is located in his right hand, which means right in Japanese. So the story goes on about them finding out about the different parasites, or trying to find out about themselves, learning more about how they or where they came from and what their goal is. And they also learn that there are good and bad parasites that infect the humans as well, and what they could do. Okay, I'm running out of time. Okay, welcome back to part 2 of my anime review or recommendation, Parasyte. So although it has been tagged as a sci-fi horror anime, kind of like Tokyo Ghoul, one of my favorite animes of all time, it does have drama to it because it talks about how the two characters, both Parasyte and our protagonist Shinichi, develops or goes through puberty and family and finding out about themselves and all that. And also, spoiler warning, skip this part if you must. There are some deaths in the anime of, some characters that saddened me, to be honest. And let me just give you pros and cons on why you should watch this anime and why it's not recommended. Pros is, if you're looking for an anime that has a unique plot and a good background story, this anime is for you. If you're into horror and sci-fi, this anime is for you. It also has gore and a bit of romance thrown in. And if you like a development or like a Cinderella kind of story, our protagonist turns from it's a 360-degree turn from a nerdy boy to a very handsome hero. Now, this anime is not for you if you do not like horror or gore animes. It also has a few sad parts, and if you're not into crying and all that, then this isn't for you either. The whole story is a bit lacking because of some unexplained portions, and It would have been nice if it was a bit longer or if there were 2 seasons, but since they squeezed everything into 24 episodes or 1 season, it seems like, or it felt like you wanted more from it, especially through development and explanation, because it was rushed, or the feeling like it was being rushed in order to pack all the happenings or all the incidents in just 24 episodes. And the last con is that since it is one of like an old anime, you might not like the drawing, but it's actually pretty good. Bonus, fight scenes are really good too, and if you're into that, then that's a great bonus for you. So if you ask me if I will recommend to watch this, then if you're in the same genre that you're looking for, then go ahead.